Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again, bringing you the second section to the 6th chapter of my Castlevania Night Difficulty video walkthrough. And this one is the Maze Gardens. And anybody that remembers the N60 version of Castlevania will really fondly remember a garden maze. And this is nothing like that one, so rejoice in that fact. All this is you running around these maze-like fucking corridors, finding a couple of keys and various nuisance things like that, doing a bit of light jumping, killing a spider, abusing the ability to web paths, and that's pretty much it. So, for the most, this maze is simple. The one on the N64 was absolutely solid, because you were getting chased by Frankenstein with a chainsaw for an arm. He couldn't die, and he had two undead dogs with him that were made of stone like the ones out of the Ghostbusters movie. And they chased you through the maze perpetually. You couldn't kill them, you couldn't stop them, they just chased you. And when the dogs caught you, the chainsaw guy came and killed you. Oh god. It was terrifying because I was young when I played it, and it was hard as balls. So just be grateful, man. These things are weird. I don't know the names for them, but they're basically like little plant children, like the children of, you know, the fucking weeds. And they'll drain your life when they stand near you, and you can tell when they're doing this because the little green aura, like an energy, a bunch of particles and whatnot, it joins to you like an umbilical, and it starts draining your life. So you want to kill these things as quick as you can. The only problem with them is, I don't know if there's a set amount of enemies, but they spawn like a motherfucker. So when you kill one, 3 of them pop up, and so on and so forth. So there seems to be a ton of them. But it's not a complete detriment if you don't fight them. You can just completely ignore them and run past. That will work as well. But they're more of a nuisance than anything else, because if you're the type of person that goes, you know, for a flawless run where you don't lose any life, they're probably going to fuck it up because they're cheaters. They don't even have to be that close to you to drain your life. It just seems really wrong if you ask me. But you'll notice I just keep spamming the throw and then I run. That's the life draining ability. But on this section, it's best to just run over here where I've just gone, and you'll notice there's a spider. So beat the spider up, and then it will enable you to unlock the last few areas so that you can get out of the garden maze as quickly as possible, basically. In the background, I've just put G.I. Joe: Rise of the Cobra on, and this is a film that has got so much criticism it's almost unreal. And I like to think it's because of how much the production value is, because it had such a massive budget, and at the end all it really is popcorn and eye candy, because it's madness and it's completely daft and silly and full of explosions, very little story. And I don't know, because to be completely honest, I didn't have a problem with the film whatsoever. I watched it, I enjoyed it, I thought it was stupid, and I got exactly what I wanted, to sit down for 2 hours and watch something ridiculous that was full of explosions and, you know, all that kind of madness. Yeah, it gets absolutely hammered on all the movie critics that I like and all the movie sites that I check, and I don't know if it's because it's Channing Tatum and everybody hates Channing Tatum. I'm not the biggest fan. It is directed by the guy that did The Mummy though, and I'm a big fan of The Mummy, and especially the original. Mummy Returns was cool, but it was nothing on the original, and the third one doesn't exist if you ask me, so yeah, fuck that cash in. But I truly didn't think this film was that bad. Really don't. It had, you know, Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it, who is a fantastic actor. He was the kid from Third Rock from the Sun, which is a fantastic, you know, comedy show that was aired a couple of years back. And it's got Christopher Eccleston, who was, of course, nothing in nothing, except for, you know, Doctor Who and 28 Days Later and various other films. But it's interesting. It's daft. It's it's exactly what it is. It's tripe, but it's watchable. I just don't understand why. It's got Dennis Quaid in it, for God's sake. If anybody doesn't like Dennis Quaid, then you're not human. Even when he's overacting the fuck out of his role, he's still enjoyable. But yeah. They're just completely shit. Same with the Transformers. I mean, Transformers is more, you know, transparent than this. They completely changed what Transformers look like so that they all look the fucking same, like these dirty, muddy, completely different bunch of scrap. When in the cartoon, you knew exactly what they looked like. They were just like a giant 18-wheeler turned into a dude, and they looked awesome. And they kind of took away that fun from the Transformers and put in a load of special effects and, you know, silly humour and stuff like that. So them I can completely understand, but this is, I don't know. It doesn't seem to be. I don't have the massive preference for G.I. Joe, so maybe it's because I don't have the nostalgia value, but I'm not too sure why it gets so heavily shit on. Maybe it just likes, you know, scat. I don't know. But as you've just seen in the gameplay, I've been using the spider to web me some paths so I can run around and find the keys to open up the new puzzle. And you'll also notice that I'm back where I started because I ended up going a different way, thinking I'm going to find some collectible to restore life or something along those lines, and it kind of fucks me. But it's all good, because when I interacted with the spider, that's the areas you want to go, because they're the places where you get the keys. And this puzzle is an interesting one, because you have to rotate these dials to set up these statues in a certain like formation that correlates with the sun or something along those lines, and it involves rotating them either clockwise or counterclockwise, and I'm not too sure of the solution here. So that was counterclockwise on that one, counterclockwise on that one again, and apparently that's your puzzle solved. It might not be that simple for you though, because I might have messed about with it and just edited it out. So the best thing to do is go into your menu, unlock the solution so that you don't have to fuck about with those puzzles, because they're just annoying. But in the top right corner means that I've got the collectible in this area. That also means I'll be able to open up the castle door so we can go inside for a change instead of doing all this outside nonsense. We can carry on to the next chapters, because the next few chapters are all to do with the vampire territory, because it takes a surprisingly long time to get anywhere close to killing the next Lord of Shadow, because there's a lot of fucking about. There's Frankenstein to mess about with, there's all sorts of stuff. Well, Frankenstein's monster, I tell a lie. And various other things. That glowing bag there is to replenish your daggers if you use that kind of stuff. And you'll remember this area because we were here in the last video. You do the exact same thing, but instead of going through the floor, now we should be able to go through the front door because we've got the key that lets us in. And I don't think there's a fight because there's not long enough left on this video. So that is the end of the second section. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I hope it helped, and I'll see you in the next one. So you take care now.